Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the program My Pace, My Space. I'm Anupama ma'am and I work at Sanskriti School. Let's investigate further into fractions. Activity 8. Dear students, these are the list of instructions for you. We expect you to keep a notebook for taking notes. These are the answers to activity that was shared in session 7. You may cross-check with your answers in your rough notebook. Types of fractions. Children, there are various types of fractions: proper, improper, mixed, like and unlike fractions. But in this session, we are going to be learning more about proper and improper fractions. So let's get started. Fractions, as you know, is always written in the form numerator upon denominator, which you already know. Now, look at this yummy pizza. It is divided into 8 equal parts. Now, if you ate 3 parts of this pizza, can you tell me the fraction that you would write for it? Yes, it's 3 upon 8. And if you ate 5 parts of this pizza, it's 5/1/8 and you write it as 5 upon 8. But let's look at it a little differently. The pizza is divided into 8 equal parts. So the size of each part is 1/8. Right? Now, if you have eaten 3/8 pizza, we will say 3/1/8 are eaten. And how do we get it? This is 1/1/8 portion. This is second 1/8 portion. And this is your third 1/8 portion. Altogether, it makes to 3/1/8 part of your pizza. So the fraction is written in the same way as 3 upon 8. Similarly, 5 upon 8 means 5/1/8. This is 3/1/8. Let's continue further. And this is your fourth 1/8. And this is your fifth 1/8. So 5 parts out of 8 equal available parts you have eaten. Now, what if one eats 8/1/8? In that case, a person has eaten one full pizza, is it not? Hence, 8 upon 8 is 1. Children, whenever the numerator is equal to the denominator, it represents one whole. Now, suppose you are hungry and you eat one full pizza and you take 2 pieces from a second identical pizza. This is your first pizza and this is your second. It means 10/1/8 are eaten and we write the fraction as 10 upon 8. And these are your 2 parts which you have taken from the second identical pizza. So the fraction becomes 10 upon 8. For 14/1/8, we will write the fraction as 14 upon 8. 8 is taken from one pizza and the remaining parts are taken from the second pizza. The fractions 3 upon 8 and 5 upon 8 represent a quantity which is less than 1 or of a whole. The number 1 indicates 8 upon 8 as your fraction. So such fractions are called proper fractions. The numerator is less than the denominator. While fractions like 10 upon 8, 14 upon 8 represent a quantity greater than 1, greater than one whole. So such fractions are called improper fractions because the numerator is greater than the denominator. Children, though the name indicates improper fraction, there's nothing wrong. Let's list all possible fractions that we can eat from one pizza. It's 1/1/8, 2/1/8, 3/1/8, 4/1/8, 5/1/8, 6/1/8, 7/1/8. But at 8/1/8, which is written as 8 upon 8, we have eaten one whole pizza. As long as the number of parts are less than 8 and the quantity eaten is less than one pizza, we call such fractions as proper fractions. Let's revise the definition of proper fraction. A proper fraction is one in which the numerator is less than the denominator, which means the numerator can be fulfilled with just one object. 1 upon 8, 2 upon 8, 3 upon 8, 4 upon 8, 5 upon 8, 6 upon 8, 7 upon 8. In all these fractions, if you observe, the numerator is less than the denominator. But in 8 upon 8, it becomes one whole, and the numerator, if you observe, is not less than the denominator. So it's not a proper fraction. 8 upon 8 is not a proper fraction. Let's revise improper fraction. Keep these two examples in your mind. If you ate 9 parts, then you say you have eaten 9 1/8. How do you get 9 parts when you have only 8 parts in one pizza? You need to order for an identical pizza. So the fraction is written as 9 upon 8. In this case, we have eaten more than the number of parts in one pizza. So such fractions are called improper fractions because your numerator is greater than the total number of parts available in one particular object. If you ate 12 1/8, 12 upon 8, can you tell me how many parts more than one whole pizza have you eaten? That's right, you have eaten 4 parts more than one pizza. So 4 upon 8 more than one whole. 12 upon 8 therefore is an improper fraction. Let's work out if you ate 15 pizzas. The fraction is 15 upon 8 and you have eaten 7 parts more than one whole pizza. Let's revise the definition of improper fraction. An improper fraction is one in which the numerator is greater than the denominator. Now let's consider one more interesting case. You have ordered pizza of this size. Can you write 9 upon 8 as a fraction if you ate 9 parts of these pizzas? Think. And if you gave no as the answer, then you are absolutely right because both the pizzas are not of the same size, and for fractions, you need to consider identical objects. This is your practice activity 1. Question number 1 says, write against each if it's proper or improper fraction. The clue for this will be observe the numerator. The second question says, show these fractions by shading the required parts on a circle. So keep in mind the denominator as it indicates the total parts. So you need to draw a circle, divide it into number of parts as indicated by a denominator and shade that many parts. Write true or false. This could be very simple for you. Let's now represent fractions on a number line. Proper fraction 3 upon 8 and 5 upon 8 on a number line. We draw a straight line, we mark 4 points and we write below each point 1, 2, 3. This is exactly like how a ruler will look. Now we have to divide the distance between 0 and 1 into 8 equal parts. And why is it 8? It's because our fraction under consideration has a denominator 8 and in fraction denominator indicates the total number of parts. So here the distance between 0 and 1 is divided into 8 equal parts. Keeping 0 as our first point, the next line is 1 upon 8 and 2 upon 8 and 3 upon 8, and this is your 3 upon 8 and 4 upon 8 and 5 upon 8. Children, remember, a proper fraction always lies between 0 and 1. Let's represent improper fraction 11 upon 8 and 14 upon 8 on a number line. We again start with a straight line and we mark 4 points 0, 1, 2, 3. But in this case, children, since improper fractions are more than one whole, we might require the distance between 0 and 1 and also 1 and 2. So let's divide both these into 8 parts. At 1, you know that the fraction is 8 upon 8. So let's count after 8 upon 8, 9 upon 8, 10 upon 8 and 11 upon 8 is your fraction. 12, 13 and 14 upon 8. An improper fraction always lies beyond 1 as it is greater than 1 whole. Another example for you, but this time the improper fractions are 10 upon 4 and 11 upon 4. So we draw a straight line, mark 4 points. Now, the denominator is 4. So, we have to divide the distance into 4 equal parts. Let's start plotting. Now, 1 is 4 upon 4 here. So, this is 5 upon 4, 6 upon 4, 7 and 8 upon 4, 9 and 10 upon 4 is your fraction here, and 11 upon 4. Now, in this case, our improper fraction lies beyond 1, but it's between 2 and 3. You may refer to this number line in case of any doubt. These are the instructions to be followed in representing an improper fraction. This is a reference for you, and this is again a reference for a different denominator. A set of fill in the blanks as practice activity 2 for you. For example, the question number 3 says, in a proper fraction, the numerator is dash than the denominator. In a proper fraction, the top is light, it is less. I hope you enjoyed this session and learned a lot about proper and improper fraction. Meet you in the next session with mixed fraction. Until then, stay home and stay safe. Bye-bye.